I just remembered a dream I had the other night, and I want to talk about it because you guys know I have nightmares a lot, and this is just a common thing. A lot of people probably know out there. But I went a stint without them for a while there. I think I was just so exhausted every night. I was barely dreaming anyway. But I had this dream where I wasn't in the dream first-person perspective in my own body. I was watching a video that was recorded of these events that I was in, and I could see myself, but it was like I wasn't watching past events, they were occurring real time. Very confusing. So anyway, I was in the video that I was watching, which was just imagine like I'm not even like looking on a tablet, it's just full screen in my brain playing, but I'm from the camera's perspective. And I see myself running around doing something, I don't know, we were in like a house or something recording something, and there was this lady that was recording that I did not know. She was blonde and she had extremely like thick curly hair, looked exactly like ramen noodles, you know, like uncooked ramen noodles, like blah, blah, blah.
As hair does.
More ramen than hair. Anyway, so we're running around and then I slip and fall. I see myself slip and fall in the video and I smash the back of my head into a table. And I am like in pain in a way that I know I'm in pain, but I'm not in pain, if that makes sense. But I'm seeing it and I'm like, oh, guys, stop recording. And this lady just like gets closer and closer with the camera, like zooms in and I can see like the back of my head. It's bleeding and the skull is cracked open. I can see the inside of my head. And she's just like still filming and I'm telling her like, you gotta stop recording, like you gotta call a hospital or something. And then not only does she do that, she starts peeling away pieces of the back of my head, like the skin. Flaps, just ripping them off. And I can feel it. I'm like, fucking stop that. Rips more until my brain is exposed. Reaches in with the camera right here, pulls out what looks like this, like about, I don't know, 3 inches long, a gray veiny sack of something. It looks like she literally just took some of my gray matter right out of my brain and pulled it out. And when she did that, when it was like, and then snap, I woke up. And I've been having this thing where when I wake up from a nightmare, if I look into, say, a sliver of light through the door, I'll see letters and numbers suddenly go flying by at like maximum speed. I want to know if anyone else has that phenomenon.
Like you're fully awake and you know you're awake and you see this?
Yeah, I'm awake and I look at the light and there's just letters and numbers flying by and like just a whole random assortment.
The Matrix is breaking, my dude.
And usually it was only in a sliver of light. When I woke up from this one and I felt like that thing snapped, my whole ceiling in the darkness was just covered in letters and numbers sprinting by. This is all true. I'm not bullshitting. I mean, it's not true that there were letters on my ceiling.
I hate that a lot. I really dislike that very much.
But I don't know what that's about, but I remembered the dream and I remembered it so specifically because at the very end of it, this lady fucking looked dead in the camera and looked right at me. That actually was my dream. And you know what I remembered? I had this exact same dream when I was a kid. I remembered it so specifically because you know that gray veiny sack that I remembered being pulled out of my head?
Uh-huh.
I remembered because I was scared of that as a kid. That's something my mom ate in her ramen. It's a fish's egg sack. And I remember because I looked up a picture of that and it's so weird because I backtraced it to my nightmare as a kid. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's what that was of my nightmare when I was a child. It was, and that's why the lady, and I said she had ramen-like hair, is because literally I've never had a dream be so literal of something like from my childhood. It was this weird, if you look up like an edible fish egg sack, you might find this gray one that's been cooked. And it looks like what could be brain, but it's an egg sack. And she would eat that in her ramen, and that's why I had this dream. And I've never had anything so yeah, it's awful. Like
that doesn't look very edible. I don't know if I found the right thing, but hello, hey.
It looks like brain, right? In a way, it looks like brain.
Yeah, kind of. No, yeah, I can see that.
It's very not pleasant.
Yeah. So if for everyone listening, look it up at your own peril. But I literally had that dream as a kid, not the exactly same of looking through a camera, but in a similar way of falling, cracking my head open and having someone pull a piece of my brain out. And I was like, oh, that's what that was. It was the ramen and the fish egg in it. Oh, okay. So anyway, yeah, that's a dream I had recently.